particularly of the minimum wage. We also understand that even the state government may also review and increase these VAT to meet up with the obligations.
I think, Mr. Ju, if you allow me, first and foremost, I will align myself with what Engineer Idris just said. I think it is not, the time is not ripe for the federal government, for the government at the center to increase VAT from 5% to 7.5. Honestly, I think the time is not ripe. If you check, he just mentioned it also, the price of rice, a bag of rice now goes for 20,000 naira. It's 20,000, and then
that's attributable to closure of border, which means
you don't
have local production to push in effect.
Of course,
import coming to the supply.
We'll look at that. That will be the next.
So you see, if you look at it critically, you find out that the prices of goods and services are getting higher on a daily basis, and then even before the increment of we are still at the 5%, and look at how skyrocketing the prices are going. Then by the time you go to 7.5%, how do you think it's going to be? And besides, just like he rightly mentioned, the jobs are not there. Even the petty jobs are not there at the center. The federal government is what is really the federal government in terms of construction and what have you. And I also go with him, come back to the state level. If the state says they wants to do that you can even understand that of the state to a certain level, because what affects the people from the center is where it holds, it really holds. And then if the state think of doing that, you could determine that in the state by the volume of jobs that the state is really
because you also raised an issue, how well has government cautioned this effect at all levels?
That is what we are saying. Now, if for example there are jobs, take Kaduna State for example. Now you have a lot of construction site going on, roads, schools, shop rights.
I like the word over renewal.
Over renewal, yes. Look at the over renewal that's going on. You know, the meaning that over renewal, what Mala is trying to do is, you know, the actual master plan of Kaduna has been distorted. What he did in Abuja is what he's technically trying to do here in Kaduna, to renew the actual plan, the master plan of Kaduna. But he's doing it with caution, even himself. He's doing it with caution, considering the people, considering the pain and the plight of the people, and also trying to make sure that the Kaduna will become one of the best states in terms of road network and then what have you. But even at that, it's going to provide jobs for the people. It's going to provide jobs. So by so doing, even if you give the state the opportunity, and then the states, let's say Kaduna said, okay, we are adding our own source of revenue, you can understand, because at least there is indicators that are indicating that there are jobs that are coming up. There are going to be job openers. People will have something to do. They will have a daily earnings from there. So it will not really have that much effect. And beside, at the state level, is different from that of the center. Just 2 days ago, he signed a livestock agreement with a company, and that will provide 50,000 jobs for the citizens of Kaduna State.
For many, signing policies, how well has that?
Yes, Mr. Joe, you know, this
goes
to cool down.
Because for them, they are not interested in deep lands or how well you design this thing. But looking at the welfare of the citizens, particularly that some of these policies even come with implication, and it has generated a lot of comments. And for so many, are we actually ripe or ready to go through that at this time?
You see, Mr. Joe,
already there are issues of should we go for infrastructure or empower people?
You do the both. What if you understand the policies in Kaduna State of Nassau now? What he's doing the both infrastructure and human capital development, empowering the people. First, if you are bringing a company that will provide 50,000 jobs now at the signing MOU level, when it comes to that is phase 1, you go to phase 2, you go to phase 3. When it comes to implementation, you find out that is when the people will be enjoying it. Take Olam for example. At the time Olam was coming up, there are a lot of hues and cries and what have you. But today, a lot of people, thousands of people are benefiting from what is happening in Olam. It's the same thing that's going to happen here. It's the same thing that is happening in the Owan, is going to happen under the Owan renewal. It's the same thing that is happening under all these constructions that are going on. It is the same thing that is going to happen under almost all the plans. But you know, the government policies start with a step. First, you go into agreement. Second, if that is phase 1. Second, you go to phase 2, you go to phase 3, and then to the last stage. That is what is going on. If the federal government is doing that, For example, it will give hope. First thing first, as a leader, as government, is to give hope to your people that, okay, we are going to do this. When they see you trying to do something, moving towards doing something, you give them hope. They have certain, they have this certain level of relief. Okay, we know this is coming. At least there's a relief kind of. The minds of people will calm down to a certain level. But when that is not done, and then there's no indicators of such coming up, and you are already saying you're going to increase VAT from 5 to 10%, while the prices of foodstuff is skyrocketing itself to a level where even before this, people are hardly feeding. Now you are going to do this. How do they feed? When first, the job is not there. Second, the money is not there. Third, the procedure to be able to get those things are even so cumbersome. How do you get it? How do you work out?
Let's talk about the partial.
Let me tell you how you get there. I draft when we were talking about this very latest, movement of permanent or structural shops to give way for the projects that are coming out soon in Kaduna. You see, what the people are saying, how government will listen to us. See, if you are displacing people who had been given temporary